I am so bummed. I planned on coming up here and getting killer shots over the Tularosa Basin of about 3 different spinners. And I got up here too goddamn early. And I can't hit it on the way back because it's a split highway. You can't just turn around. It's a huge fucking hassle. God dang it. Fucking god dang it in the same sentence. That's kind of funny. Anyway, I was close, look. But I can't hang out. I got shit to do. Anyway. There's an ambler spinning at the San Augustine Pass. Can you tell? So I'm coming down that mountainside. I was at San Augustine Pass. If you see over there, that's, well, no, you can't see it, but that's White Sands Missile Range over there. I'm sure none of you have ever heard of it, but it's a big deal around here. I wrote my thesis about it. That's not why I'm here, but anyway, look how close I was to the sunrise, goddammit, like 20 minutes. Yeah, these mountains piss me off. Anyway, so I'm a little bit lower, and when we can see these lights over there, that's about 50 miles away. That's the next town over. Oh, I could just see them a minute ago, too. Basically, I'm going to the doctor in the town where I used to live, just because continuity's sake. I've been going to them for like 18 years or something. And I'm going to get my aunt's cigarettes in the town over from my aunt. A couple towns over. Anyway, I'll be back. Man, I gotta get music on something other than my phone because I can't play the music while I do this, because I'm listening to Darlin' Nikki, Dave Matthews, we're rocking out here. Anyway, it's all on shuffle. See that mountain over there? I'm gonna go close to that. It's called Sierra Blanca, and it's 12,003 feet. That's right. And then what looks like clouds over there at the bottom, that whole thing, all the way, is mountains, like way further than you can see. And then over here is another mountain range. That's where I just was. The ones I was just in are the Oregon Mountains, which you've seen in another video. And these are the Sacramento Mountains, which include Sierra Blanca. Anyway, and then guess this spinner. Let's see if we can guess from the outline. It's getting lighter, but I never could have waited. Let's see, I gotta get there somewhere. Gotta go buy cigarettes, even though I don't smoke anymore. I'll be back. Okay, guys. So, another little thing we have in the desert, well, within 100 miles of the Mexican border, is Border Patrol checkpoints. Ooh, hiss. Can you bring weed through it still? I've maybe done it 250 times. I used to commute to school every friggin' day as an undergrad, so you think I went to school without weed? Come on, man. Just kidding. Forget about it. I'm smart. I'm not stupid. I'm smart. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to dim this stuff, because I don't think the Border Patrol guys would be that cool about me recording them. Even though there's plenty of Border Patrol videos on YouTube, I think those are filmed in California. Because in New Mexico, like you'll see these Border Patrol denial videos where you tell them, I'm a U.S. citizen, you can't search me. Guess what? You do that shit here, they're going to pull you out and throw you on the ground. But here's one thing. They cannot check you. Like, they get you out of the car, right? Say the dog smells something, they get you out of the car. If they do not find anything in the car, not a seed, not a roach, nothing, they cannot touch you. So you could have 8 pounds strapped in your nuts, and they can't touch you. How do I know this? I've always been told this, and I've actually experienced it once, because me and a friend smoked a joint once, and then went through here, didn't have any more. I had a gun on me, like I do now, and the sergeant freaked out, like he was in my face. He's like, wouldn't, because it stunk, you know, we pulled up and it reeked. And it was pretty dumb. Anyway, and they were like, when we find it, we're gonna book you. And he was in my face. He's like, that gun makes it a felony instantly, no matter what amount it is. I'm like, hey, there's nothing there. We smoked the joint, and that's it. And they x-rayed the truck, everything, they went crazy. And it was freezing out. I was cold as hell because I couldn't be in the car. Anyway, they never found nothing. They never did touch us. And if that guy could have touched me, he would have. Like, he would have searched me if he could have. I can promise you, he was very pissed off. Because we had the balls to smoke a joint in the middle of the friggin' desert. Anyway, so, the next video, I'll give you a little warning. And then I will be quiet and you guys can just see what happens when you go through a United States Border Patrol check station. Oh, I know the excitement. Oh, quad 10s and 1. See you guys in a minute. Good morning, America, how are ya? I said, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Can't you see how I used to be a lead singer in a band? Anyway, we just drove by Hellstaff, which I guarantee you never heard of. It stands for High Energy Laser Testing Systems Facility, something like that. And I've only heard about it one time on one documentary 20 years ago, 25 years ago. It was a long ass time ago. Couldn't tell you where, but I did hear about it once. But I've driven by it hundreds of times. But that's where they test our big ass lasers at. And up there is where, if you ever heard about how they shoot lasers to the moon on the reflectors they've left up there, like Mythbusters did a show about it, it was filmed up there at Apache Point, which is, well, I can tell you which one, but you never see it. Doesn't matter. It's in the Sacramento Mountains, south of Cloudcroft, New Mexico, where Doogie Howser was from. I know, it's so exciting. See you at the border check. Alright guys, so you can see off to the left a little bit, you can see the start of White Sands National Monument. Oh, you can see straight ahead a Border Patrol truck on the right of the highway, facing perpendicular to the road there. See that? So, they're looking for guys who pull over who weren't expecting. I don't know exactly what they're looking for, because that's not a very normal spot. But I don't always go through at 6:25 in the morning either. Anyway, so if you're ever heading eastbound on Federal Highway 70, not interstate, but it is a federal highway, and not westbound, but eastbound, you see White Sands, New Mexico, White Sands National Monument, or White Sands period, put the weed away, because they could have dogs. This is the easiest one to get through. If you're in Cruces or El Paso, you can't get out of either one without going through a border check, and that's true of just about any town within 100 miles of the southern border. I don't know about up in Canada, even though I grew up in Minneapolis, just don't have this shit. To me, this is so unconstitutional. But it is what it is. I imagine somebody's challenged it. I know they started in the 80s from what I hear. Inspection station, 1 mile. It's the first time you'll hear about it. They're not on any maps. And they might get pissed that I record this, I don't know. I'm just gonna play dumb and act like, oh shit, I tried to stop it. Anyway, you can kind of see Sierra Blanca a little better there at about 11 o'clock. That town I talked about before, Alamogordo, is at the base of these mountains right here, so about 15 miles up there. Lived there for about 5 years. I know I talked to one of the Spin Fam ones who had been there. I know Eric's been to Cruces before on a poetry tour back in another lifetime. I know that feeling. But back to the checkpoint. There's no avoiding this shit, you guys. But if you're smart, if you're smart, you're fine. You gotta play it cool too, just like any other time you deal with law enforcement. You can't act a fool. Alright guys, this took me an extra, 2.5 minutes long video. I'll probably cut some of this down, we'll see. I was just oozing words of wisdom, but so now I gotta shut the fuck up. And I'll be back. See if I get in trouble for this. And I do have some wax on me. They don't usually have dogs. If you're ever on the interstate, that's the bad one. They will fuck you their shit up, so they got somebody pulled over to the side. Hello. You too. Call that boom bada bang. This window, so see how easy that was. And then the National Monument is right on the other side of that, like the entrance. Anyway, I'll turn it on when we go to Alamogordo so you can see beautiful Main Street Alamogordo. Oh yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. If I crashed, that'd be a good video. Oh, I guess that's because it's out of focus. It's kind of cool. Oh yeah, that whole trip in the basin there was all White Sands Missile Range, going the short way across. Like it's a rectangle, 2.2 million acres. The long way takes like 3 hours, a couple of hours to go along. Anyway. Here's Holloman Air Force Base on our left. Used to be home of the famous stealth fighters. Remember the little ones before the stealth, the big B-2s? Oh, and what does it have in its pockets? Oh, I got a wax vaporizer. Do I get the ring? Okay guys, so this is exciting. Now we're gonna take a left and head north. I thought you guys would want to see a good shot of the mountains. The sun still hasn't crested over them. But basically we're just going on the bypass here of Alamogordo, which is what Bruce Springsteen would call a shithole town of about 35,000 people maybe. Why I lived here for 5-6 years, I guess all I could say is it's a 4-letter word. Anyway, sorry the window's down. This is just going to be short. We'll get a better shot of this town on the way back. If you can see over there, can you see the mountains over there? I'm just not sure if you can. There they are. Alright, that's kind of where I'm heading. Alright guys, I literally brought 11 spinners with for this like 4-hour trip I'm doing. I know, I got issues. Anyway, so now we're turning north on Highway 54, which blah blah blah, who gives a shit? Really, it's part of that same highway we're just on, but they kind of converge. There, see, 5470. We were on 70, like I said, when we went through the border check. So now I'm heading towards Tularosa, New Mexico. And Ruidoso is about where I'm going, a few miles short of Ruidoso. That's where I stop, get cigarettes. $1,000 worth of cigarettes I buy every time I come up here, and then I turn around. Anyway, hopefully this construction ends. It's been here for about 6 fucking years. It seems like New Mexico's the worst about road construction. Forget about it. They are not very smart about it. Oh, there's the sun. After all this time, look, there it is. Bye guys. So, you guys want to know a little historical fact? The reason in New Mexico, and I would assume in a lot of states out west, like say Kansas and Nebraska and Wyoming, but the reason why small towns are all approximately 60 miles away from each other, and you know, since those towns were made, obviously there's little suburbs and stuff, or different little towns have sprouted up or died off, but for the most part, a lot of towns were 60 miles apart-ish, because that's how far steam trains could go before they needed new water. Back in like the 1870s, 1880s, like Alamogordo, that little town, was basically a railroad town, and it was by the mountains. so they had lots of wood. So they built a railroad down here in about 1898. And like the next town up is Carrizozo, and it's about 65 miles or so. The town where I live, Las Cruces, that's more of a city, about 150,000, 125, something like that. That's about 60 miles away to the west. To the east, it's up in the mountains, but there's towns and cities, there are towns up there too. So, but that's one thing I learned as an undergrad in my history of New Mexico class. That's why towns are about 60 miles apart. Now, if that's not how it is in Kansas or Nebraska or Wyoming or any of the western states, especially like, you know, if you know, like the towns were built because of the railroad. Because obviously not every town was built on a railroad line, right? A lot of them were, but not all of them. So, just a little historical fact. I do love history. Here's my beautiful Batch 1 copper atrium. No finer spinner. Anyway, I'll be back. What's up, guys? So we're still in Tularosa. Tularosa is tiny. It's about 5,000 people, maybe. It's a very old Mexican town. Like, you know, this was settled. New Mexico was settled by the conquistadors in like 1585, I think. Santa Fe was settled. And why they call it New Mexico is because Old Mexico is where they found all the, what is it, oro y plata, gold and silver. And they'd always heard about up north. There was so much more. And so they called, when they got up here, they called it the New Mexico because they expected to find all this stuff. But that's a story for another day. But let's just say they didn't find shit here. Anyway, so one of the things about my life, I know this, I don't want to talk about my life so much, but I've had 23 surgeries, blah blah blah, a ton of them, but lately they've all been eye surgeries. So, and including a couple cataract surgeries. So most of those surgeries suck, you know, but the cataract surgeries, and even though one of them was botched and I almost went blind, I ended up not needing glasses. How cool is that? Like, I wore glasses since I was about 4 years old, till I was 44, something like that, 43. So a long freaking time. And so now I can buy cool gas station sunglasses that don't cost $300 like I used to have to buy all the time. Like, you think that's nothing, but it's a big deal. You know what else I like about it? Going in the rain. That's good times. When you don't wear glasses, like when you wear glasses, the rain sucks because you're always worried about your glasses getting all messed up. Now, just let it rain, baby. Anyway, a little bit more. So now we're heading into the mountains towards Ruidoso, which means noisy river. I can't say I've ever seen the river, and I've been up here a couple dozen times. But this is where the casino is, the Indian casino on the reservation, the Mescalero Indian reservation. At the time, the federal government thought they were giving Mescaleros some shitty land up here, but it turned out to be the prime spot because they got Sierra Blanca, that mountain I was talking about before, where there's actually skiing. Furthest south, there's furthest, most south skiing in America, or the highest furthest, something like that. I don't ski, so I've been there a few times. Pretty cool. We're not going there today, however. Anyway, I'll be back with some more info. I'll show you the casino. We're just going to like a gas station at the casino where they sell $1,000 worth of cigarettes at a time. Anyway, I'll be back. So, temperature's dropped about 12 degrees or so. We are We are in Mescalero, which is the Indian reservation, as it's called. Heading up. Can't remember the name of the pass we're coming to, but it's very high, about 7,500 feet or so. I was gonna stop and get freaking vids up there or something. I guess I should. Isn't that truck beautiful ahead of us? Anyway, I hope this video is at least interesting. I know there's not too many spinners in it, but I would call this a slice of my life, but I think that term maybe has been coined already. Definitely in the spinner community it has. So we'll call this a drive of my life. Hey, I like that. The drive of my life. Yeah, okay. Anyway, isn't it beautiful up here? I'd live up here. It's a little cold for me. I'm from Minnesota, but it's a little cold for me. But it is beautiful up here. Yeah, I see a friggin' teepee off to my left. That's not usually there. That's pretty cool. So that road to the right that we just passed is one of my favorite roads around here. It's 30 miles from here to Caldcroft, and the speed limit's about 30 miles. And it's right through the Indian reservation. There's not a house up there. A few trailers where some Indian families live, but no white folks up there. And no nothing for 30 miles. Like, you break down, you better hope somebody stops and helps you. You might not even get a cell phone up there. Anyway, we're getting close to where I'm going. We've got 105 miles in 150 minutes, or an hour and 50 minutes. I'm sure this video might feel that long to some people. I hope not, though. Anyway, I'll be back. Man, I gotta go too. It's freaking cold up here. Hey, that's a cool Jeep right there. Oh, is it moving or not? Boom. This is one of the best parts of the drive. We're over the patch, so we're coming down from like 7,600 feet. But if you can see off in those distance, those mountains, in a second you're gonna see that mountain that we talked about that's 12,000 feet, Sierra Blanca. Wait for it. In the winter, it's covered. There it is, the very top. The second of those two little peaks up there, the left one I should say, is the tallest point from where we saw way out by where I live. This is like 110 miles away as the wolf runs. If the wolf howls in the middle of the night. Just kidding. Anyway, like I say, isn't that beautiful? Oh, wait for it. Let's do this. Oh, too much. There we go. Let's try it now. Oh, but now you can't see it. Stupid exposure. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Look in the background. Oh, we might want to hit the brakes. That would be such good video if we died. Right. Okay, guys, so I'm thinking this is the end of part one. There's my destination. Casino Apache. But it's really not the casino. It's a gas station with a bunch of slot machines in it, too. I mean, it's pretty weird. But I can get 30 cartons of cigarettes for $1,000 a piece. Or $1,000, so do the math. Very cheap, very cheap. Like I say, they're not for me, and they're not good cigarettes, but they are cheap. And if you smoke like 2 packs a day, this is where you want to get them. Anyway, well, gas isn't even too bad, was it? This is up in the mountains. Usually gas is pretty expensive up here. What's that taste? $2.77. It's not too bad. So I'm gonna go in, get some cigarettes, use the restroom. Clean off the window for the return trip. It should be better because we'll have the sun at our back. So No, can you imagine? This is a gas station. Whoa, so hey, there's a truck from fucking Vermont. How you like that, Hobby Timmy? Who would? I mean, I've seen a lot of states here, Alaska and stuff. I can't say I've ever seen Vermont. I mean, tell me that doesn't say Kansas too. How crazy is that? Is that a Kansas license plate? I'm pretty sure it is. I'm gonna look up close when I get out. Excuse me. Oh, oh shit, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead. Almost pulled right up in front of this guy. Probably would have beat my ass. Look, he's got a log on the back of his truck. That's pretty badass. Definitely a tough dude. Look at his cool license plate with the chili peppers on it. Coolest license plate in the Union. Anyway, so I got $1,000 worth of cigarettes. $1,000, 35 cents. I think they went down 15 cents. And I know I'm all out of breath from carrying them like 100 feet. I'm in great shape. And once again, I don't even smoke. So this is part 2 of my video, which I meant to say at the beginning. Figured I'll break it up into 2 parts in case it's long and stupid and boring. But so far we've driven from Las Cruces, New Mexico up to Ruidoso, New Mexico, Casino Apache, where they sell cheap cigarettes. Like a carton for 30 bucks of generic brand cigarettes. Native American is the brand. So now I'm heading back down the mountain. The sun is at my back now. Oh shoot, I was gonna clean my window, but I didn't. Oh well. So now we're heading to a doctor appointment where I get the pump. I have a morphine pump implanted into my stomach, and no, I don't catch a buzz from it, although I sound stoned all the time because, well, I am stoned all the time, but not from morphine. So, but long story, I've had it for about 9 years now. The pump, it's my second pump, they only last so long. And it's a heck of a surgery. It's about a 2-week recovery, but it's worth it. It makes it so I can like live life comfortably. I have a terrible back, about 5-6 discs, spinal stenosis. They wanted to fuse them and we did the pump instead, and haven't fused it yet. Like I said, it was 9 years ago. Something like that. Anyway, so the point is I'm going down there to get some meds, get my pump refilled. I probably won't take a video of that because who wants to see that? But I'll show you the pump sometime if you want. It's pretty exciting. It's in my gut. Looks like a hockey puck sticking out of my belly. That's all I got for you here. I need some air in my tires because it's so cold. My aluminum rims and humid, that all messes with the air pressure in your tires. See, this is everything. It's New Mexico history, it's Derek history, it's how to, you know, why your tire pressure is important. For safety, one thing, but you get better gas mileage, the higher your pressure, and there's a sweet spot. It'll tell you on the door of your car if you really want to know. Anyway, I digress. I'll be back when we get to Tularosa. No. We'll be back. I'll show you. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Fresh out of the vinegar, cleaned up and shiny. Too bad it's not sunny on it. Anyway, I just almost ran over some friggin' dogs. I mean, people in New Mexico are so crazy. They could give a shit about their dogs. It's a different mentality than where I grew up in Minneapolis, where, like, you know, not that there's not animal abuse up there, but it's just a different mentality. People here just like, don't go to the vet. I just let my dog run on the highway. 2 dogs, they'll be fine. These dogs had collars on. One had a bandana on it. It's pretty sad. I mean, and when I saw them coming up, they were like way down here. Like this was 3 miles back. I mean, forget about it. It's ridiculous. Oh, that's almost a warp in 4K. Look at that. Let's see if it does it in the sun here a little bit. Anyway, we'll be back. Sure is pretty up here. Alright guys, I am back. So what you're looking at now, off in the distance, is the mountains in probably, I think, the first video where I came at that pass, or one of the first videos there where I was at the pass and it was dark and I wanted to be light and it wasn't, blah blah blah, I was there too early. Those are the Organ Mountains way up there, and the San Andres. straight ahead St. Andrews to the south, the Oregons. Anyway, we're coming out of the Sacramento Mountains, and as you can see way up there, that white flat stuff is White Sands National Monument, which we also drove by quite a ways ago. I can't tell you, I think it's about 2,000 acres or something, whereas the Missile Range is over, it's like 2.2 million, and if they want, they can make it over 4 million, because they have a lot of buffer zone around the Missile Range. They actually shoot missiles from like Utah over here, because you need a long way to go. However, the cantonment area in those 2.2 million acres is only 1% of the land, so it's mostly, it's like a friggin' nature reserve in there, because humans haven't been in there since World War II. That's what my thesis was about, that it's an unintended consequence that is a nature reserve. However, humans will never be allowed there because of unexploded ordnance, or what is termed UXO by the military. And even, I did 4 8-hour tours out there with a guy for my thesis, and pretty rare stuff. Not a lot of people get out there. Maybe I'll make some pictures one day, make a short video of that. That was like, oh my goodness, 8 years ago. But good times, good memories. Ooh. But we're almost back to Tularosa, almost to the doctor's. Looks like I'm going to make it in time. And then, so where the Missile Range and White Sands are is called the Tularosa Basin, between these two mountain ranges I keep talking about. That's what I really wanted this video, this section to be about. It's called the Tularosa Basin, and it's a basin because it doesn't have a drainage point, whereas it would be a valley otherwise. And then at one point, like 50,000 years ago, between these two mountains, it was an ocean that was at the top of the mountains. Like, I've been up in the top of the Sacramento Mountains and seen fossils of snail shells and shit on the sides of the vertical rocks and stuff. It's pretty amazing. That was about 18 years ago, but they're still there, because obviously they're like 50,000 years old or whatever. But hard to imagine this was once a sea not that long ago in the grand scheme of things. Anyway, this was kind of a longer section than I thought, so, oh wait a minute, I might have to wait, because here comes some pretty cool shots of the basin from a low vantage. What do you think? Is that cool? Lame? Feel free to comment. Like, say, hey, shut the hell up, dude. What are you talking about? That was kind of a good shot of how big the White Sands are. Let me tell you, they go further that way than you can see that way. So, and left is to the south. We're heading west now. Anyway, I'll be back. So you see those mountains to the left a little bit, about 11 o'clock. About 2/3 of the way, there's a flat spot. I don't know if you can see it. I'll find out later, but there's that's where I was talking about seeing the snails and stuff. Like, those mountains there go up to about 9,500 feet at the top point, tallest point, I guess you would say. Whereas the mountain I've been talking about, Sierra Blanca, where we saw up close up there, like I said, 12,000 feet, so way higher. You go up there, and like I say, there's snow in the winter. Skiing up there, real skiing, not just wussy skiing either. Like Minnesota, we got wussy skiing. Not here. Anyway, I'll be back, but I wanted to show you guys a better look at the Sacramento Mountains outside of Alamogordo. I know, very exciting. Isn't that beautiful? That's what I like about New Mexico, is it's freaking beautiful here. I get it, it's brown, there's no water, maybe 5 lakes in the whole goddamn state. But it is beautiful. Hey guys. Ooh, wow, I'm in construction. Don't kill us, Derek. Oh wait, let me do this. Maybe this is better. Hey guys. Oh, don't look at my brown teeth. Healthy teeth though, not brown. Alright guys. Oh wait. It's the world's largest pistachio. My baby mama used to work there. My baby's 18 now, but She used to work there. I'm going to that concert a week from tomorrow with my dad and my 2 kids. Shit, I'm going to that concert tomorrow, a week from tomorrow, with my dad and my 2 kids. I had my finger on the bottom, so I don't know if it heard me the first time. War! Huh! Seats crooked! Low, right, there. It's a one on me, child. Anyway, me and my dad and my sister went in the mid-90s in Minneapolis, so it's kind of like a historical return to history. I don't know what you want to call it. It's gonna be fun though. My kids really haven't been to concerts too much because in southern New Mexico you gotta go to El Paso. I don't know, we do have some concerts here. They gotta like country, and I don't like country. I'll be back. Hey guys, well, I'm on my way home. Stopped at, didn't think you guys would care about the doctor. Did get a shot of my dad, blind guy playing with the sort of using spinners. They will be in some upcoming videos. Driving through the Tularosa Basin, coming up to the White Sands Missile Range, or the White Sands Monument, like we talked about when I was coming down not too long ago, I guess. Video time. Anyway, it's hot as hell. Like 90, humid, dew point's about 65, terrible. We're not used to those things around here. And I'll show you that pass where I am from, closer to my house, where I wanted to, well, maybe the first video, second video, whatever, from this whole adventure, from part 1. Anyway, it was supposed to be sunny and it was still dark. That's my damn point. Alright guys. Oh wait, I gotta throw a spinner in here. Ooh. I really am hooked on the Ambler. Like, this is such a great spinner. Need my 4K turned off. Anyway, thanks guys. Just want to get the street sign there. What up guys? See the white sands there on your right a little bit? Once you get in there, it's pure white. There's no little bushes all over. Then on the left, at about 11 o'clock, that's that Border Patrol checkpoint I came through. You don't have to go through it this way because this way you don't have drugs. I mean, how fucking stupid. Obviously, you could have drugs going this way, but whatever. They think they got it all figured out. They're genius. See it over there? That's it. They busted that guy they had pulled over this morning. Could be they just had weed in their car a week ago. Although, I don't know how true that is, but that's what they'll tell you. And there's some cameras that take a picture of you. They told me those are for to check your license plate to see if your car is stolen. Literally, that's what they told me when they put those up. Pretty crazy. Anyway, bye guys. Hey guys, I think this will be the second to the last video on this little ridiculous road trip. So you see those mountains up there? That's where I live, right on the other side of those mountains. So I'm like, I don't know, 40 minutes from home or something. Pretty exciting, I know. Anyway, appreciate you watching if you really watched it this far. There's that beautiful stubby. It's a little fingerprint. Oh wait, we gotta go back. A little fingerprinty now, maybe. See Darth Vader there? Anyway, I'm gonna go back to rocking out. Not with my cock out. I'm gonna get one more shot from the top where I wanted to go. Maybe long. I don't know. I'm sure I told that story 50 times. See you guys. Maybe I'll do another video on the other side, but we're coming to that pass. Remember I said White Sands. Oh god dang it. As soon as I see it, then I take the shot. It disappears! Anyway. We're fighting to get up the mountain here. Oh, better watch what I'm doing. This is the very top, if you can see this missile. Over here, there's a missile. It's like a display because we're leaving the missile range here at the top of this pass. Can you see it there? Oh yeah, you can see it. Oh, big chunks of rubber. That's what she said. But yes, this is where you can pee and look at a weird missile and read about the missile range. There's a museum, but basically other than that, you ain't allowed in the missile range except to drive through it. They actually do roadblocks too, where they'll close it down because they shoot missiles over the highway and stuff, or near the highway. I actually was in one. Well, I've been in a couple of them, not too many in the last 18 years, but once there was an explosion so close, I felt it in the back of my head. Like, it shocked me how friggin' close this explosion was. Anyway, let's just leave this video going because it's a pretty nice shot. There's Las Cruces. Way, you know, right here, this is kind of like on the outskirts. I used to live out here. See over there more? We'll just keep this here so I can frickin' drive. Every me and every you. I saw the funniest video of this little town coming up in about a mile. It's called Oregon, right? Because these are the Oregon Mountains. I saw a video once of this guy. He goes around looking at ghost towns and stuff. It's on YouTube. And he finds these killer bees in this town, in this old bar. And he drops his camera and runs. It's a pretty funny video. If I think of it, I will link it. Or if I can figure out how to do that on my phone. But it's definitely funny. And then there's another video he does where he describes like what happened more. But it's like, see these silos right there? That's the little town of Oregon, and that's where that happened. Anyway, if you can see off in the distance over there, that's where Cruces is more. But once we're in the flats here, it sucks. If you really watch this all the way, I'm friggin' impressed and I really appreciate it. Love you guys. Love my CU Ambler a little more. No, I love people. I do love my spinners though. Anyway, dumb topic. Talk to you guys later. Oh, look at that. A Thai restaurant in Oregon, and there's people there. Who would have thought? I think that's the building. We just drove by it on the left. I know it looks like there's nothing out there, but past that desert, that's where my town is. Bye, guys.